we have been talking with Rashmi for last more than a month about this, and it started off with, like I'll interact with the students on general what would be mining challenges, their challenges as a mining engineer, and then it has now turned into a webinar on a particular specific theme. So we have two very eminent experts, one in coal and another in metal, Mr. Prasad, who is CEO of CCL as well as BCCL. So whole of Jharkhand, so far as coal is concerned, almost you can say 90% of Jharkhand coal sector is under him. And Avijit, of course, my friend, is he's worked in various sectors, private, public, copper, HEC, of course, was his last tenure, and he was with JSPL, I think, no?
Yeah.
So he is very experienced for metal. I'll talk about general mining as such. So coming to this, students, we are welcome to the mining fraternity. I joined this fraternity about 45 years back when I graduated from Kharagpur and immediately joined Coal India. Let me tell you, mining is an extremely important discipline of engineering. In fact, it is the base on which all the other industries flourish. Whatever you see in a particular room, everything ultimately comes out of the mines. Even the nib of your pen, it comes out of the mine. The mining engineers dive down deep into the Mother Earth, take out the ores, and from there, again, these ores are processed. And then all these things come out and you use them. So mining as a discipline is extremely important. It has played a very important role in the development of human being, I would say. That is one. It is also the bedrock of economy. If there was no mines, there was no mining engineers, there were no mines, there'll be no roads, there'll be no rails, there'll be no wagons, there'll be no wires through which the power comes to your homes. So you can see that you have joined a very, very important fraternity. Recently, you must have heard about shortage of coal in Coal India. I mean, in power plants, some power plants were critical. So you can understand the importance of coal that fuels our power plants and then the industry that power the industries, and that again power the economic growth of the country. Now coming to coal sector, I've been for 45 years in coal sector. I'll be basically talking in general about coal. Metal, Avijit will be giving you a detailed lecture. So about India has huge reserves, about 350 billion tons as of now, out of which about 35 billion are coking coal. And about its importance to GDP, about mining sector as such, its share is about 3%, and so far as Jharkhand is concerned, its share is about 11%, out of which 10% of the value is from coal only. Jharkhand has a lot of other minerals, like Rashmi said, bauxite, you have uranium, you have kyanite, you have iron, you have host of other minerals apart from coal. Of course, the coal is the major one. And so much so that 3 Coal India companies, they operate in Jharkhand. One is coking coal, Bharat Coking Coal. Another is Eastern Coalfields, that Raj, what do you call? What was that? PM? You're inaudible. Okay.
Rajmahal is there, what?
And Chitra and all that, those mines. And then you have CCL, of course, is the oldest. It was basically NCDC, and from there CCL came. So I would say that in spite of all the hullabaloo that is going on about coal being phased out, I would say that coal is going to remain for another 30 to 40 years. Another 30 to 40 years as a base fuel for our power sector. I was just making calculations. By 2040, with the present rate of growth in power sector, we'll be reaching around 10 lakh megawatt. Out of that, about 40%, right now it's 60%, the coal share will come down to around 38 to 40%. Then only we have about 4 lakh megawatt power plants that will be fueled by coal. And that 4 lakh megawatt means 2 billion tons of coal. 2 billion tons of coal, even with imports and private sector coming in and others coming in, with Coal India chipping in. Right now we are at 700 plus 200, over 200 from, so 900 you can say from imports, and so double. In next 20 years, we have to double the coal production. So coal, the growth that was growing at 5%, maybe it will come down to 3%, but it is going to remain for another 30, 40 years. This is my take on this. So far as general mining is concerned, coal in particular, general mining concerned, we are mostly into open cast. So far as coal is concerned, I think more than 95%, 96%, only 30 million tons comes from underground, rest come from open cast. And we are going in a big way to have bigger mines, mechanized bigger mines. So open cast is going to be the major driver of the growth. And the bigger the mines, the bigger the equipment will be there. Last year, we produced around 716 million tons, and of that 716 million tons, about 560 million tons went to power only. So that's more than 70%, it goes to power. So you can see how dependent we are on power. And production-wise, Chhattisgarh is the highest state-wise, if you see. Then comes Odisha, close on the heels, and then it's surprisingly it's MP, because NCL has done Northern Coalfields, and fourth is Jharkhand. The percentage share has come down for Jharkhand from during the last 10 years from about 20% to 16%. I think Jharkhand produced about 120 million tons last year, against 132 from MP, 154 from Odisha, and 158 from Chhattisgarh. So PM Prasad has a big responsibility. He has to increase the share of Jharkhand in coal sector. So talking to the students now, I would the details will be given by these eminent speakers. I would say that so far as life is concerned in this mining, it's tough. At least for the first 10 years, it's tough. Very, very tough. Very, very tough. So you have to be prepared for the tough life. But then it develops you. You become a much better human being. You know how to handle things in life. With the community, your engagement is much better. Job-wise, you will get a job, whether it's Coal India or Naveli or NMDC or a host of private sector companies are there. So job-wise, you'll get. If you want to stick to core sector, my advice is do your professional certification course as soon as possible, because your future career depends on that only. If you have to do your second class and first class mining certificates as soon as possible, particularly if you are in coal. Metal also, it's important, because mostly the careers, the promotions are based on that. And then if you want to shift over, you can always shift over, because with a graduate certificate in any discipline, you can shift over and do your masters in something else, and change your line if you don't want to remain in the coal mining sector. One of my friends, in fact, the topper of my batch, he went for industrial engineering, and then he now vice chairman of NIT in IIT, private sector, Arvind Thakur. So you can always, in my days, if they can do it, you can do it right now, because job opportunities are much better these days. And so these are the two. And another advice that I would like to give you, that please have a beautiful resume prepared on LinkedIn, because all the recruiters, particularly the private sector, they go to LinkedIn and they try to see how good is your resume. Number one. Number two, for God's sake, don't put something which may affect your career later on your social media posts, because they very religiously go to these social media posts because they want a good culture fit these days. They pay you heavily, but they want a good culture fit. So I was advisor to Danis and Vedanta and all. They're very careful when you recruit somebody. Even Coal India has stopped going to campus. So they try to find out from your LinkedIn, from your other sources, if somebody is good. And then only they recruit you. They pay you well. But it's difficult if something is there in your, social media posts. So be very careful. These are the two advices that I would like to give. Job-wise, you'll get. So don't worry about that part. This industry is expanding. And like I told, we need to make available, I would say, because you can always import based on the cost of the imported coal. About 2 billion tons will be requiring for years to come, so far as coal is concerned. Metal sector, of course, I'm not very much aware, but apart from the fact that now people have been approaching me for lithium mining, because that's going to be a core for the new technology that is coming in for storage batteries, because renewables ultimately will require lithium. I was not surprised when I heard that China is interested in Afghanistan because they have huge reserves of lithium. This is one of the major lithium is the what you call sunrise product, I would say, so far as mining is concerned. Like coal is going down, but lithium is coming up. So thank you very much. Over to the next speaker. This is my advice to all the students, and keep the tempo of mining fraternity high. Do well. God bless.
Okay. Good morning, all. Respected Sahay Saab. He was my CMD also and my guru in mining. I worked under sir for 4.5 years in MCL. Respected Avijit Ghosh sir, ex-CMD, HEC, and Dr. Piyush Ranjanji, Assistant Professor Rashmi Madam, all faculty members, dear students and participants. I am happy to be present in this webinar, being conducted by Department of Mining Engineering and co-hosted by Institutions Innovation Council of Jharkhand University. As Sahay Saab told, since I am in Jharkhand and right now I am holding charge in BCCL, the mines except this Rajmahal, at that time I was muted. So Rajmahal is the flagship project of Eastern Coalfields, almost 18 million ton production, and one or two small areas like Magma and Chitra. Other than the BCCL and CCL in Coal India. Besides this, private mines have also come. NTPC has also started. Private mines, private MDOs under WPDCL in Pakur, they have also started. Whether it is WPDCL share is almost 8 million ton. Almost 8 tracks per day they are doing. So Coal India in Jharkhand, we are doing about 110 million. And next 3 years in our 1BT program, we are supposed to do about 150 million from Jharkhand. This is the first year MCL is taking over in highest production than SCCL, where Sahay Saab has laid the foundation. And this will not only become first in MCL, but it will do by at least 30 million more than SCCL. Almost it is 28 million above SCCL it is going, and still 4 months gap is there. Production 130 days left is there. And with a 14% growth, the company is flourishing. And regarding the mineral resources of Jharkhand, I did not tell much to the students because 40% of the mineral resources put together is in Jharkhand. Jharkhand is abundant. Whether it is coal, it is number one in resource wise. Copper, iron, it is number 2. Copper, it is number 3 in India. And bauxite is number 7. Regarding flora and fauna, it is the best in the country, flora and fauna. The rich flora and fauna, you can see the temperatures in Jharkhand, in any mine, even Pakri Barwade sir has rightly pointed out NTPC, temperature will never rise above 40 in summers. In Jharkhand, it is almost, if you work in Chandrapur, it is a hot summer, Talcher, Ramagondam. Other companies, it is almost plus 46, 47 degrees temperature. So where the mineral is also bestowed with the richest flora and fauna at Jharkhand. Only the untapping needs some efforts. And so many mines are coming in CCL. 2 mines are working in North Karnpura. North Karnpura is a major field of CCL. The number recently it has come in the last 5-10 years. And 2 mines are to Chandragupt. It is MDO we are going to finalize by December. And another 2 mines, Kotre Basantpur. And another 25 million ton mines are also coming. This CCL is projections by 24-25 is almost 140 million. But here from 70 million to 100 million also to achieve, unless the projects come in right time, the production cannot be achieved in time. So what I tell the students of this Rai University, there is all Longwall is there in Mahanadi. If you have ever been, I don't know. So degree 3 gassy mine. If you want to see a better mine than Mahanadi, it is degree 1 in Janjira, ECL. Of course, it is not in Jharkhand, but it is in Bengal. But in Jharkhand, as far it is this, you can see Mahanadi, the best mining practices. Degree 3 gassy mine producing about 5,30,000 tons. And one continuous miner we are having in Churi, in North Karnpura, where you can visit that also, besides this other open cast mines. And CCL will definitely come with high wall mining in the next financial year. We are planning 2 projects and it will be coming in 4-5 months. So next year, 22-23, I expect in Katara, Burmo field, this high wall mining will also come. That is here. And 1 or 2 underground mines are being planned. Piprawar UG along with continuous miner. Parij East is with continuous miner. And Patratu is having some land issues and railway line issues. It is with Longwall. But it will take some time. But as of now, Mahanadi, you can have one, you can visit the students. As I told, for clearing this first class also, both underground and open cast. Nowadays, restricted open cast exam has also come. So you need not go for underground also. You can stay in open cast. So my request to the students is to prepare for GATE in 3rd year, 4th year, so that some companies like NTPC and Coal India, they prefer GATE, even other companies. So if you start reading your own subjects from 3rd year and 4th year preparation of 1 year, you can definitely get through in this GATE also. Regarding Jharkhand, we are almost giving about, from Coal India, about 4,000 crores through royalty, DMF, and other taxes from these 3 companies, ECL, BCCL, and CCL. Almost 3,500, and with another 3 years, 23-24, it will be almost 4,200 crores. So, lot of royalty, district mineral fund is coming to the state of Jharkhand. In the state of districts like Dhanbad, Chatra, Latihar, Bokaro, lot of fund is being generated. And last 1 year, districts are also extensively using in healthcare, school, other construction of roads. This DMFT fund is now plentifully available in Jharkhand. And if you see, there's environment of point of view, Coal India is doing a lot. Almost 1 crore plants have been planted right now. And we are talking of this recent environment world conference. One side, coal we have to stop in the next 20-30 years. But in all these surveys, in India, we are going to at least do coal mining at least 40 to 50 years. And as our PM has also announced, up to 2070, even China has announced up to 2060, in phased manner, we are going for renewables. Solar, we are going in a big way. Even recently, Coal India is also coming in a big way. Almost it will be adding 200 megawatts in a year. BCCL, we almost finalized 120 megawatts solar plant. So with this diversification in solar, and Coal India will become a net zero company by 23-24. We have to do at least installed capacity of 3,000 megawatts, and at least we have to produce about 1,000 megawatts, 750 to 1,000 megawatts to become net zero company, standalone our energy consumption. And besides this first mile connectivities, keeping environment point of view, previously we are taking tippers to the sidings. Nowadays, environment ministry has become very tight and harsh in sanctioning the projects. They are also seeing whatever we are doing. So we have to reduce this tipper length, and we have to stop this payloader loading. Payloader loading, we load the wagons with payloaders. Nowadays, we have to go for a big mines, either silo concept or at least for 2 to 4 million rapid loading capacity. With this, we can control the underloading and overloading also, and we can reduce the dust pollution. And near the sidings, we have to provide the green curtains. This is a compulsion by MOEF. We are nowadays being faced. Whatever the conditions being imposed in granting the EC, the project proponent has to comply this. They have to focus. Similarly, we have to install this PM10 analyzers. 5 to 10 years back, we were not doing that. But with the last 5 years, for monitoring, PM10 analyzers, PM2.5, even in CCL sidings, students, whenever they visit, they can ask the nearest mining officials wherever dust monitoring cells, dust monitoring units are located. Is PM10, PM2.5, and CQQMS, continuous online monitoring. Recently, we ordered. This is yet to be installed. In some companies like Singrauli, they already installed a process of installation. For this also, Jharkhand Pollution Control Board is after this, as we are committed to do in next 3 months. In all the projects, major projects, we will be installing continuous online monitoring air quality systems. Online, it will be connected to Pollution Control Board of the state and also center, MOEF also, Central Pollution Control Board. So, as per the commitments we make in the environment clearances, we have to comply. Otherwise, we will not get in future the bigger projects cannot be cleared. So they will see this, either the project proponent is complying or not. Other than this, Jharkhand is having a potential of coking coal. This is the only company, BCCL and part of CCL. Entire country's reserves are situated here. The BCCL, we are only producing at present about 30 million ton, but within next 4-5 years, another 10 million, 10 to 12 million will be added. And some are also coming up. Almost 2 new washeries have been started and 3 washeries are under installation. Once this is commissioned, that will go up to 10 million ton washing capacity. From right now, we are taking our additional coal to Tata's private washery. We have a MOU, and with the TISCO's additional capacity, we are after that washed coal, we are supplying to Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL. So a triangular MOU we have made, one back-to-back MOU, SAIL and BCCL, and TISCO and BCCL. So this, the good quality of coking coal we are supplying to SAIL, but coking coal we have to import to some extent. The present coking coal, the requirement is about 45 million ton. for all these plant put together. We are hardly supplying 3 to 4 million. But even if you ramp up to 10 to 15 million, because of our ash content, we are supplying at 18.5% ash. That needs some blending of imported coal. So our Prime Minister's concern also, in case of oil, we can import, there is no issue. But in case of coal, since we are having thermal coal abundant, Jharkhand also you can see there are even DVCs coming, Tubaid block and other NTPC, one block already started, another 2 blocks are yet to come, and they will be starting production in Chetty Bariatu. And NMDC has also got a block in Thrissur. Even APMDC has got a block in near Giridi. So number of blocks have been allocated, and I think they all will come production in next 1 to 2 years. In 2 to 3 years, by 24-25, so many blocks of different setups, either it is public sector undertaking, CPSUs, state GPOs blocks, or the commercial mines will be under operation. So definitely it will be a competition at that time. In BCCL, in Corona period, we have seen companies have not lifted the coal, WPDCL and DVC. For payment of salaries, there was a time for 4 or 5 months we have to take loans, but now the demand is very high. In the last 4 months, the demand is so high. Whatever we produce, we are almost in a company like BCCL, only 6 lakhs stock is there, coal stock. Company like CCL, last year same time we are having 6 million. Now we are having 1.5 million stock. So there is a heavy demand right now because of increase in imported prices. Indonesian coal previously $80 per ton. Nowadays it is almost $140 per ton. So people are preferring rather going to import to take our coal because of this current low prices. And nowadays this merit order, anywhere, any power plant, wherever it is located, you have to produce the variable cost at a low level. Whomsoever produces at the cheaper variable cost, this energy or power generation, their power will be taken to the grid first. So they don't have that liberty to produce the whatever rate previously they were producing at high variable cost also, it is being taken to the grid. Nowadays, first cheapest variable cost, whoever generator has produces, that will be taken to the grid first. So there is a lot of scope in Jharkhand, lot to increase in coal production. In our Coal India itself, from 110 million at present, it should go up to 150 million in next 3 years. Of course, there are projects have to come in 3 years, Sangamitra, Chandragupt, Kotre, Basant. This land availability at this Rajmahal has also become a recent day concern this year. So the land acquisition nowadays also becoming a years procedure, land acquisition, forest clearances. Even if we get a project allocated, it will take 3 to 4 years to get stage 1 forest clearance and compliance of the conditions, and then thereby getting stage 2. So team, even for new projects which are coming, have to be in place to get these projects to be operated. So, Jharkhand is having enormous potential, both in underground also it will be coming up. In 6 years, we are planning to go up to 4 million. At present only we are doing about 8 lakhs. Only one continuous miner project is there. But by next year, we will be adding another 2 continuous miner projects and one high wall mining, 1 or 2 projects will be added. So both in underground and open gas, there is a lot of opportunities this state is providing. Only it has to be tapped further and at a faster rate. But the development of blocks, if it is done in a then definitely we can achieve this 145 million from Coal India alone, standalone in 3 to 4 years time. Present 110 to another 35 to 40 million. And from the private blocks and in NTPC, last year almost NTPC produced 10 million from this Pakri Barwadi and 1 block of Dolanga in Orissa, 5 million. Almost 15 million company has reached. If Chetty Bariatu also adds, in a year or two, it will also reach to 3 to 4 million. And this Pakri Borwadi 12 to 14 million. So from Jharkhand, they will also produce about 16 to 18 million, besides DVC, WPDCL, and other players. So I finally advise the students, you can make your career definitely in mining. So Sahay Saab has helped me. When I have left Coal India, I asked sir to go to NTPC or not. So once with his encouragement, I left Coal India and joined NTPC as ED coal mining. And later I came back to MCL. I worked there for 1.5 years. There are 23 drag lanes. If any of you are interested, we can arrange NCL field visit. So you can see the best departmental mining is being taken place in NCL, either workshop facilities or these 23 drag lanes in 6 mines. In 5 mines, about 4 drag lanes in each mine it is being operated in different benches. It is worth watching for students. If you are not gone, definitely you can have a look and go to NCL to see the dragline mining also. I thank the organizers for calling me, Dr. Rashmi Madam, and Sahay Saab also requested me to attend. I thank you once again in calling me and be present among you in this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rashmi. And before I start, I would like to thank Jharkhand Rai University for organizing this webinar on prospect of coal metal mining in Jharkhand. And I would like to thank Dr. Piyush Ranjan also, who is driving the university forward. And when I last visited Jharkhand Rai University, just a couple of days back, I was informed that this is one of the few universities in Jharkhand to get this call from Prime Minister office, and there's 2 meritorious students will be participating in 26 January in the PM box. From Jharkhand, only 2 universities have been nominated. One is Jharkhand Rai University, the second one is IIT ISM. So out of this 2, we got another 55 universities from India all over the country. So it is really great news for all of us. And I would like to congratulate Jharkhand Rai University for the achievement. And I would like to thank Mr. Sahay and Mr. PM Prasad for their, enlightening addresses. And then, this insight of coal mining, they had very clearly explained to us. And I'd like to thank Sahay for telling that, yes, mining engineers are very important for the importance of any economic growth of the country. And Mr. PM Prasad was very, very clear about the mining of coal mining in Jharkhand, CCL as well and BCCL. I would like to thank Mr. PM Prasad for his detailed deliberation. Now, my job has been made easy for both of them. So I'll not be touching about the coal mining, but then I will be touching about the metal mining. But before I start, I would like to tell, mining is one of the core sectors. Nobody can deny that. After listening to both of them, is a core sector and growth driver of the Indian economy. The GDP contribution is 2.5 to 3%. And if we see the overall industrial growth, its contribution is 11%. So in India, total, this 1,229 mines are in operation as per the record. And out of 1,229, 545 mines are non-metallic and 684 mines are 545 are metallic and 684 are non-metallic. And minerals ores, as you know that he was telling, if you don't do mining, you will not be able to produce aluminum, you will not be able to produce steel, you will not be able to produce copper. And the more important is in the atomic sector. Atomic sector also you will not be able to produce your uranium, and you can't, in fact, progress in the atomic sector. Even cement also, you can't produce any cement without mining. But contribution of mining industry is hardly recognized by the people. The reason is, people think that it is a hazardous profession. But if we do a scientific mining and if we take corrective measures, I don't find why it should be called as a environment unfriendly profession. If you do mining in a scientific manner, then definitely your mining can be appreciated. Mining has always played a significant role in the past, and future also it will continue to play a major role in economic growth of our country. As you know that 7 to 8% mines are only underground mines, and rest of the mines are all open cast. But the advantage of open cast is you can always expand it in no time. But if you have to expand your underground mines, then it will take a lot of times. And the gestation period also is very high so far as the underground mines is concerned. And your productivity also can be increased from open cast mines. But now the situation has come. I will just talk about the copper mines of Malanchkan Copper. It is located in Madhya Pradesh. Now it started way back in 1980, where actually I joined as a graduate engineer trainee. We in fact started the mines that time. Another time has come that the open cast mines have reached the economic level. Beyond that, you cannot go. So the time has come to convert that into underground mines. So then underground is not the sort of that you can avoid underground mining. Today or tomorrow, you have to go for underground mining, particularly for the metal mines, wherein actually the depth become uneconomic. So now there in the Malanchkan Copper project, we had during my tenure, we in fact converted that open cast mines into underground mines, and today it has started producing. Now in the open cast mine, it was only producing 2 million tons. But now the underground mines, the planning was made such that it can produce 5 million tons. It's not that you cannot get production from underground mines. You have to develop the technology which are always available to produce more in the underground mines also. Now during this COVID period, this mining also got affected. Mining affected because of the logistics, because of the labor availability. Now the government of India was very, very serious to take the mining forward, because mining is the backbone of the Indian economy. So our Honorable Finance Minister on 16th of April 2020 announced this stimulus package for the mining industry also. Not only that, in this March 2021, your MMRD, Mines Mineral Regulation and Development Act, was passed in the Parliament. And because of this, a lot of transparency has come in the mining industry. There was, a time when only captive mine owners were supposed to mine in their lease, and they were not allowed to sell the product in the market. As a result, what happened, there was no sort of competition, and now this has definitely helped the domestic as well as this international players to come and invest in our country, because now the MMRD had very clearly specified that 50% of your production after you consume your mineral, you can sell in the market. So you can earn, and even the state government also can get revenue out of this. Now this has definitely helped. This MMDR Act definitely helped investment as well as employment, because more number of mines are going to be started. And not only that, the private players are also equally coming forward to invest in the country. And because of this MMRD, this Transparency Act, the lot of players are coming and they are going to invest. And now the auction process which has come, that has developed a very transparency system all over. Now anybody can start mining activities who is serious. Not only that, previously what used to happen, people used to get the mining lease and they used to keep it dormant because they were not investing in that mines. But because this auction process has come, anybody can participate, either it is government or private, and whoever bids more, they can start the mining operation. And they have to start the mining operation because they have already invested in the auction process. So they will invest, and then as a result, what happens? They will not be producing 1 million, 2 million. They are all going for the higher production of 10 million. Recently, Odisha government, they had auctioned number of iron ore mines, and those iron ore mines have already started in operation. And companies like JSW, company like ArcelorMittal, they have already started mining over there. So the auction has definitely helped the private players to come and invest apart from the public sectors. Now, as you know, this as a mining engineer, I can always talk about the exploration, because without exploration, you cannot plan a mines properly. You can, if you know a little bit about the deposit, and if you decide to start a mining operation, then you are doing a blunder. So your mine has to be explored, and extensive exploration should be done. And based on the exploration, you should prepare a mining plan, and the mining plan also should be prepared, particularly for the metal mines. There are a lot of variations are there in the quality and the grade. Now, it should not happen that you mine high grade now and leave the low grade for the future generation. This is not going to help. So you have to prepare your mining plan based on the uniform quality of your mines throughout the life of the mines. And then your selection of the crusher and all, everything should depend upon the deposits grade. So this MMRD Act also has helped for the exploration. It has got a National Exploration Trust. This National Exploration Trust, the purpose is, to incentivize the company who is going for the exploration. And this is definitely reducing the gap of exploration. And I will be telling you a lot of reserves which are available in the country or in the state. But those figures are based on the exploration conducted by either GSI or MECL or CMPDI or in some private sectors. But no extensive exploration has been done. Now we talk about the iron ore reserve, which is available at your West Simbhum. We always tell that yes, Tyria has got 2,000 million ton, but this 2,000 million ton is based on regional exploration. It is not based on the detailed exploration. Now, if you go for the detailed exploration, probably you will be getting more reserve. That is what is my hunch feeling. So it may be more than 3,700 million ton iron ore reserve, which is available in the West Simbhum zone. Now, this MMDR Act also will resolve all your future problems, all the future problems as well as the past problems which were bothering the mine operators. And this MMDR Act also help to increase the production in the time bound manner, because in the auction, lot of conditions have been prescribed, that you have to produce so much within so much period, so much within so much period. If you don't produce, then you have to pay a penalty. So those things will definitely help the mining company and the government of India and the state government to produce more. And this will definitely help to earn more, and the state government as well as the central government also earn more money. So this is the beauty of the MMDR. I would request the students to go through the MMDR Act, which has been approved in the Parliament in 2021 only, and just try to see the difference between the earlier one and the now. You will find the difference, and you will definitely get a lot of transparency has come in this recent MMDR Act. Now coming to Jharkhand. Now Jharkhand state is blessed with abundant mineral reserves. And this is the state where actually the lot of mineralization has taken place within a limited area. And I can tell you, nowhere in the world, such type of deposits are available. What is not there in this state, you tell me? Coal is already there. You have heard Mr. Prasad and Mr. Sahay. Coal is there. You have got uranium, you have got copper, you have got gold, you have got limestone, bauxite, kyanite, limestone, and everything is there in this. Uranium is there. So this particular state has got most of the minerals in the either in the East Simbhum or in the sort of Palamu Daltonganj area or in the West Simbhum. So this state, as informed by the previous speakers, that this state has 27% reserve of coal in the total reserve of the country, 29% of the iron ore reserve, and it has got third position of copper. I was fortunate enough to work for the Hindustan Copper, and when actually they have got three deposits in the Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, as well as in Ghatsila. Now this Ghatsila, it has got a reserve of 130 to 140 million ton as of today. But now if they go for more exploration, probably this reserve will go beyond 200 million. Then Khetri as well as the Malanjkhand. So only 3 deposits are there in the copper deposit, wherein this Ghatsila deposit, most of the deposits are now not in operation because of the various sort of statutory clearances they have to obtain. Now, bauxite also, it has got a good reserve in the Lohardaga region, and Gumla Lohardaga region, good bauxite reserves are there. But unfortunately, most of the mines are not in operation because of the statutory clearances. So the mine operators should, as Mr. PM Prasad was telling, it is very difficult to get either forest clearance or environment clearance. But if you get the forest clearance and environment clearance, certain conditions are specified. So based on those conditions, you have to work. And if you work according to the specified condition, then I don't think that you will have any problem in exploring the deposits. Now coming to this first, Jharkhand is first in many areas. It is first to have the first steel plant in the country. The first and one of the largest manufacturing plant in Asia is Tata Iron and Steel Company, that is known as TISCO. It was founded by Sri Jamshedji Tata in the year 1907. This plant came up in 1907 because your iron ore deposits in Navamundi, that is also in Jharkhand, started in way back in 1903. So the first iron ore mines in the country was started in Jharkhand, that is Navamundi open cast mine. Now I would advise all the students, you must go and visit Navamundi iron ore mines. It is more than 100 years old mines, but you see the mines, how they have developed, how they have restored the mines. Now all old dumps have been very nicely restored. They have developed park over there. You enter their colony, you will not find there is a mines inside. So such a nice mines it is, and it is a sort of model for all the mining engineers. The way that mines has been developed, open cast mines has been developed, and it has been restored also. All old workings have been restored and properly planted. All the overburden dumps are also properly sort of terracing has been made, and on the terrace you will find good number of plants. So you will not find that there is a dump there because it is totally covered by trees. So you must go and see the Normandy mines, and this mines was the first mines in the country. Open cast mines, and started in 1904. Now we have got magnetite and hematite both in this state. So this magnetite is normally available in Daltonganj area, Palamu area, but this hematite is available in the West Simbhum area. Now, as I was telling, it has got Jharkhand has got 3,700 million ton as per the record available. But if you go for detailed exploration, probably this will be more than 3,700 million ton. Now coming to this alumina plant. This Muri alumina plant is the oldest in the country. Again, that also in Jharkhand, and it was started this bauxite mining started in Lohardaga region in 1933. And I got the opportunity to work for Indian Aluminum Company, wherein actually this Bagru mines was started in 1933 by the Britishers. And it was later on taken over by the Canadian company in 1940s. And then this mines was, started to set up this Muri plant. So this is again, achievement for all of us, that this first bauxite mine was started in Jharkhand, and the plant, the first alumina plant was set up in Jharkhand. And this copper, when we are talking about copper, this Ghatsila copper mines was also started in Jharkhand. Is the first copper mines started in Jharkhand, and the first concentrator also set up in Jharkhand, that is in Ghatsila. So this mines again started in 1924. This Jharkhand, Ghatsila mines, all started in 1924, and it was started by the Britishers. And later on, in 1967, the government of India took over from them, and the Indian Copper Complex was converted into Hindustan Copper. So it was previously known as the Indian Copper Complex. It was run by the Britishers. Now it was taken over by the government of India. But there is a potential deposit over there, and all the dormant mines, they are planning. The Hindustan Copper is trying to open all the mines there, and all underground mines. And probably within a year or so, they will be able to start 2 mines. And after a couple of years, they will be starting another 2 mines. So all 4 mines, they will restart. And they have a plan to produce 4 million ton from there. At present, only one small mine is operating, that is producing 0.5 million ton. Probably they are going up to 4 million ton. And this mining operation at Jadugoda, again in Jharkhand, it started in 1967. And as you know, that the uranium is required very much for the atomic sectors. And this atomic energy is actually controlling these mines. And this uranium mines was started in way back in 1951. This deposit was discovered in 1951. Afterward, the mines were started. Again, underground mines. Now, before I close, I would like to advise the students that whenever you are joining any sectors, any mining sector, whether it is coal or it is metal, you must first study the deposit. And based on the study, because mining plan, according to me, is the most important part of mining engineer, important area where actually mining engineers should concentrate. Now, once you prepare a very good mining plan, and then the mining plan has to be implemented. Normally, what happens in the metal mines, we get the mine plan approved from Indian Bureau of Mines. And then we think that we have got all the permissions. Then the DGMS gives the permission, then we start the mines. But normally, if you don't follow the mining plan, then you are not really a good mining engineer. You have to mine as per the mining plan. And once you see what happens in the mining area, the deposits are, particularly in the metal mining, the deposits are sometimes erratic, because the boreholes, you get from borehole results, which is drilled at a distance of 100, 150 meters, 200 meters. But as you mine, you will be getting a lot of erratic results. So based on that, your mining plan also should be updated. And based on that, you can start the mining. So this is very important. And the great control. Let me tell you another area which the mining engineers should understand, that whenever we send some mineral to the plant, it should meet the requirement of the plant. You should not send today good quality, tomorrow bad quality, and again good quality. What happens? The plant also fluctuates. The operation of the plant fluctuates, and then this is a very, very adverse effect. This gives a very adverse effect to the plant operation. What happens? The sometimes power consumption goes up. Your quality deteriorates. There is no uniformity of the quality. Then plant people will come running to your mines and they'll ask, you are not giving us the material. Then you will be unnecessarily earning bad name. So what my suggestion is that you must give a uniform quality to the plant and satisfy your customer. And because our job is to satisfy the customer, you satisfy the customer, then you design your mines according to the grade, then probably you will be a very good and successful mining engineer. As Sahay was saying, the first 10 years is really going to be tough for us. I remember when I joined Hindustan Copper, it was a rainy day, and that Malankan copper mines was started in just that during that time. It was totally slushy, and I was finding how to work here. And then, but then I started working with a laborer there. I learned from them. That is another advice I want to give you, that learn from the laborers, learn from the operators. Go and see the maintenance, stand in the workshop, see the maintenance. You will be because mining engineer should be a very good mechanical as well as electrical engineer. Let me tell you that if you have to manage the shift, you should be good in both areas. So these are some of the advices I want to give you, that metal or coal, wherever you join, it's not that, I also got a job in Coal India, but I did not join. So I became a metal mine, expert. But then wherever you join, the field is open for you. Only thing, you have to be very sincere. You should learn. Initial 5 years is very important for you to learn. Learn from anybody. You can go and ask question anybody. That is the beauty. You can go and ask anybody. But after 5 years, probably you will hesitate to ask question. So this is the first year is very important, and I will be very happy that you all mining engineers are here, and I think roughly 170, 180 people are attending this, all the students. So I must thank all the participants for listening, and probably the advices which Mr. PM Prasad and Mr. Sahay gave you. Please take those advices very seriously, and the career is there. And I hope you will have a very, very bright future in the field of mining. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon to one and all. Good afternoon. In fact, it is indeed a privilege for the university to have the veterans from the mining sector, both coal and metal, in single platform through this webinar. It is indeed a pleasure to listen from the icon from the coal mining and the metal mining. I'm sure the information, wisdom, the advice and the guidance which is being shared by the eminent speakers will definitely help the students community who is looking forward to start their career in mining industry. As a university, we take a pride to be the only private university in the state of Jharkhand to be accredited by NAC. At our university, we always believe in a student-centric teaching learning approach with a focus on holistic education ecosystem, where the goal is not to make students just a work ready, but also a good human being. On behalf of Jharkhand Rai University, first of all, I extend my sincere gratitude to Sri PM Prasad Sir, CMD CCL, for sparing his valuable time despite of his so busy schedule. Thank you so much, sir. I extend my sincere gratitude to Sri A.N. Sahay ji, ex-CMD MCL, for his esteemed presence. Rather, he is actively participated in as an advisory and conceptualizing this webinar since the beginning. Thank you so much, sir. I also extend my heartful thanks to Avijit Ghosh, sir, who is always there to guide and support in all the endeavors of the university as an advisory member or a governing member to the university. Thank you so much, sir, for standing with us. I thanks to all the participants also who have joined from close to 10 or 11 states, majorly from Rajasthan, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Bihar, for your enthusiastic participation and overwhelming response. My thanks goes to the Department of Mining Engineering, Professor Sumit Kishore, Professor Amrendra, the coordinator from the Institutional Innovation Council of the Jharkhand Rai University, and Professor Rasmi for her untiring and well-coordinated efforts to make this event a success. Organizing this kind of webinar is not possible without the support of IT and digital team. My thanks goes to the IT and the digital team of the university, Professor Amrendra and Sapan. Once again, I thanks to all our esteemed speakers. Such regular interaction with the industry expert is the only way, I can say, to bridge the gap between industry and academia, which we all have been talking about from decades and decades. Looking forward towards such enriching sessions ahead. All the best to all the students. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.